This will be a tutorial video for people as the bull market rages on and stuff here eventually in 2024, 2025. We're going to assume that the person that's getting into this has already been on an exchange, knows how to buy ETH, is on Coinbase or Gemini or Kraken or whatever your favorite exchanges, but you've already bought your ETH or your USDC or whatever. We're going to talk about why the way we would want to onboard is to first, with whatever you're buying, is to buy wrapped Pulse first before you would actually bridge and get over into the PulseChain ecosystem. So we'll talk about how to buy Pulse, PulseX, HEX, whatever it is you want to do. So let's just assume this: you buy your ETH, you buy your USDC, whatever stables, whatever it is you want to buy on your exchange, and you've sent it to your MetaMask or whatever wallet it is you're going to use. We're going to assume that you're using a MetaMask because that's what most people still do right now. But yes, the first thing that we are in favor of doing is whatever you're onboarding with, that ETH, USDC, whatever, is swapping for wrapped Pulse, WPLS, which is just the Pulse token on Ethereum. So I think that's the best way to actually get into the ecosystem.
So this is the bridge.pulsechain.com. This does bring up your IPFS links. There's 3 of them here. It brings also the link to run it from your desktop. We're just going to stick with the first button here and give us the bridge. Okay. That is the first step. And the reason I say the first step is because this is the easy way to copy the link for the contract. Because the first thing that pops up is Pulse. We're going to change this to wrapped Pulse.
Yeah, so there's the actual bridge. That was after you clicked the first IPFS link. There you go.
Yes, so the actual bridge pops up. Sorry about that. Yep. I am going to switch my MetaMask real quick over to Ethereum network.
Okay. So either way, you changed over to the network, yeah?
Yep, I changed the network. So you want to change this top button here to wrapped Pulse, okay? Right here is how you copy your token address. Now, there's a couple different places that I went to. What we're going to do is buy wrapped Pulse on the Ethereum network. This is the easiest way, I think, to bridge and start over and get PulseChain into the PulseChain, to get Pulse tokens into the PulseChain network. There are 3 places. I checked on, we're going to check on Matcha.
Matcha, yep. I was going to say, I saw that wrapped Pulse was on here the other day. And for anybody who is new to Matcha or has never used it before, so this is basically, first of all, they censored HEX before, so screw them largely. But they also weirdly do have wrapped Pulse on here. So way, go ahead.
So when you paste the contract that I just grabbed from the bridge over there into here, it pops up. Here's your wrapped Pulse from PulseChain, okay?
Yep.
So there's that. The next one, we're going to share this tab, is Uniswap. Same deal. Paste the contract into here, wrapped Pulse from PulseChain, and here's your trading platform. But what I found earlier, and I got the best price action, was going to ethhex.com. This is one of the front ends that was made by a community member. The good thing about it is it has an auto router built right into it. So I think that's why I'm getting the better price for this. So I have in my MetaMask. Now, the first step is obviously go to Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, crypto.com, somewhere, get Ethereum and send it into your MetaMask wallet. We're not going to walk you through that portion of it. So, that is the obviously first step. But what we're going to do is we're going to get some of the Ethereum, use that and buy some wrapped Pulse. So I'm just going to put in right here. I am sharing this, right? Yep. So we're going to do 0.04, which is, just under $100, but that's going to get me 1.876 million wrapped Pulse. Okay. So we're going to hit the swap button.
There you go.
And we're going to confirm. And I have to agree on my wallet. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yeah, I won't show us that, but just assume that his MetaMask is upside down and he can agree to actually do the swap.
So I submitted it, agreed to it. we're going to close here and we're going to wait for it. And this little pending box is going to let us know when it's done. Okay, I just got transaction confirmed. This will catch up here in a second, probably about 10 seconds. There it is.
There you go.
Swap exactly 0.04 ETH for 1.876 million Pulse, wrapped Pulse. Okay, so the next step is, now that I have wrapped Pulse, is we're going to go back to the bridge. Okay. Make sure that you are on the Ethereum network. Okay.
Right.
It's going to tell you and see that you have now 1.876 million. So we're going to do obviously the max. We want to send it all. Now, I've been told that a bunch of decimals can throw it out of whack. So we're going to get rid of the decimals and just make it an even 1.876 103. Okay. And then if you want to make sure that you say receive Pulse, which means it will unwrap it for you. It will unwrap it for you once it gets over to the Pulse chain. So we're going to hit send. And then click send. Again, I have to approve it, and hopefully it's not crazy.
So essentially, MetaMask is up right now, and you have to approve a bridge fee. And when we're done with this, I was going to talk about a way to save other fees by doing that initial step on Matcha too. But yeah, this is good. So now this will be actually bridging it over to Pulse.
Yep.
And
so now you need 0. It says 0 of 96 confirmations. Usually a confirmation will happen every 13 seconds or so. Maybe a minute or 2 minutes. So you do have to wait, and it will tell you that you can expect it to. Oh, here we go. So I already have 2 of 96. The transaction confirmed, and it's working on it. So.
And this will take like 15, maybe 20 minutes or so. And if for people that, don't have bridging experience, I mean, this is what bridges do. I mean, they're in the last cycle as well, if there was any tokens you were familiar with, usually a bridge will take 15, 20 minutes. So you can sit there and watch the screen. You can go grab yourself a PB&J, whatever it is you want to do. But eventually they'll go over there. And that is the beauty of having, that's why I love, and I agree with you, Ewok, to get the wrapped Pulse first, because you get it over there. And because you had it checked to give you Pulse, it's just going to totally unwrap it and be Pulse as soon as you get over there. But I was answering Blue Diesel's question here. So he asked, what about gas fees? And I was going to answer him here. So that's why we only did it for a moment. Maybe we can go back to it in a minute here. I want to let Ewok finish up. But that's why using matcha.xyz, it is .xyz, I think, right?
Yes.
Is a good option to avoid at least one asinine gas fee on Ethereum. Because what you can do is take your USDC or ETH or whatever it is you initially used. And there's matcha right there. You can go in, and now you will have to do a limit order. It's not going to work like this with a market order, but use your stables or ETH or whatever it is you have, hook it up to matcha, and then you can set a limit order for, I would just do a market buy, but it'll be as a limit order. So just say like, whatever ETH I have in here for whatever wrapped Pulse I can get at this moment, make it a limit order and submit the transaction. And it will go through sometimes maybe in a few minutes, maybe in a couple hours or whatever, but it should fill and you will not be charged fees for it. That's just a free thing. The fees will go to the person executing the trade basically, or go from them. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to share this. We're back on Matcha. If you do a limit order, it's right here, basically. Now, I think, can you do a limit order with ETH? It looks like you can. So, okay. I thought it used to be that you had to wrapped ETH was one of the only ways to do it. Yeah, ETH is not supported. I'm pretty sure you have to switch your Ethereum to wrapped Ethereum.
Weird. I've definitely done ETH before, but maybe,
in order to catch. Now, I think you can do USDC.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm pretty
you
sure.
can. So USDC you can do without having to do it, but you can't use Ethereum straight. You have to use wrapped Ethereum to do a limit order. USDC will work. But yeah, I mean, you set your, so say you have $500, whatever, and you want to get, what is it? 109. So let's do it. Actually, if you change the number to
Mr.
2,
Chinks, yeah, shout out Mr. Chinks. CalSwap is a good one too. Now you still will be. I like CalSwap. It
yeah,
actually, if you've never used it, is pretty weird, hilarious, and moderately frightening the first time that you have a transaction go through because of the loud moo effect that it does. But it's good too. Now you will be charged a gas fee on there. The one convenient thing about CalSwap, I will say, is it charges the fees in the token you're swapping. So
right,
there will be a gas fee, but you don't have to if you're short on ETH or you inconveniently don't have any at the time, it'll just take it out of whatever you're doing. So that's a good point too. Matcha,
right,
the nice thing with these limit orders is you will not pay a fee period with these.
right. So here's an easy way to do it. If you put your $100 in, you hit market, it'll pretty much give you the market price. I don't have enough in here now because I just spent what little I put in this test wallet, but it says insufficient. But yes, you can do it. And if you just hit market, it'll put market price up there, and it should slowly fill as long as the price doesn't dip below and that's a possibility too. Don't forget, you have to set the expiration as well. It depends on how long you want to wait too. If you only want to wait an hour, only set it for an hour, but sometimes this can take a day or so to fill.
Yeah.
And it says right here, your Ethereum fee is free. So keep that in mind. It is a way to solve one of the issues, but you're still going to have to pay gas to get it over there. I believe what I say, I started with $160 earlier.
Right.
And I only bought $91 in tokens. I'm down to $27 in this wallet. So yes, the fees are a little high. It is a little difficult. But once you're over there, the fees are a lot cheaper at the moment than they are on Ethereum. So,
And we also did this at a time where gas was like moderately high. I mean, like if you had some money sitting around and you knew you wanted to get over into Pulse, you could wait for late Saturday night if you wanted to, to bridge it over.
We're sitting at 63 Gwei right now. So
yeah, that's pretty high.
It's not cheap. It's not cheap right now. And but we're doing it on stream for a tutorial. We just kind of wanted to do it. I put some money over there knowing that we were going to do this, and not a big deal.
Plus that's kind of just another reason, that's why people are going over to PulseChain, because Ethereum gas fees are so ridiculous. I mean, we're still in 2023 right now. We're not even in like crazily bullish times here or anything like that.
Yep.
So, once the Pulse is over there, it's over there. So, I mean, there will be no other action you have to take. I know people have gotten confused at times on the bridge. There is a claim button that it looks like you have to push. You don't have to actually do that or anything.
No, you don't.
So once those tokens get over there, they're over there. And then again, that doesn't mean you have to just keep your Pulse then. I mean, like if you were like, I really want to buy this Pulse X price, or I want to buy Hex right now, or whatever it is, you can then just trade that Pulse for that. This is just the easiest way. It kind of eliminates a step, eliminates a little bit of fees to just buy wrapped Pulse from the beginning and send that over there. That way there's one trade you've already eliminated anyway. Yes. Okay. So when you go to the bridge website for PulseChain, so that's what you're going to be greeted with now. Those three links in the middle are the IPFS links. Now, people are reporting like, oh, I click on them and I get an error, or it's usually going to be a setting in your browser, or you're getting an error from an ad blocker, not an ad blocker, a virus blocker or something.
It's a firewall blocker or antivirus or some sort of blocker. Yes.
Yeah. So I actually found, and I don't know if you can show this on your screen, Ewok, from earlier. When I sent you can you open the IPFS companion link that I sent you from Google Chrome in our Twitter chat earlier, and then maybe share that so people can see it? So I was looking at this earlier, and the only reason I use this is because I know most people are using Google Chrome. I know people have also talked about downloading the Brave browser and changing some settings in there. But rather than even going that far, I mean, if you want to get a different browser, that's totally up to you. But I know a lot of people use Chrome. It's definitely the most popular, most used web browser. There actually is just a simple extension that you can download for Chrome just by searching for it, called IPFS Companion. And there it is. It takes you 2 seconds. So you go to IPFS Companion, click the add to Chrome link over there to the right, and it will download and add the extension to your Chrome browser. As soon as you do that, anytime that you go to the PulseChain bridge, if you go to the PulseX DEX, whatever it is, these landing sites, when you click on those IPFS links, they've all worked automatically for me. I haven't seen that error again or any kind of firewall message or anything like that. Because you've added this extension that's totally free, you don't even notice it's there. They'll all open for you right away. So I think that's the best solution that I've been able to find. And again, you could download another browser if you want to, but I think this is probably the easiest thing for you guys to do. So yeah, that's just IPFS Companion. I'll put the link to that in the chat here as well. So yeah, check that out. I mean, there's plenty of ways around it. And, we didn't even discuss actually the way of just downloading these files as well. If you want to go
That's
back
the easy way.
That's really the easiest way, I think. Yeah. If you wanted to just show that too, you don't have to go through the whole download process, but you could just show where those links are on there as well if you want to.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy. All it does is creates I should be sharing that now. Depending on what kind of system that you have, Windows, ARM, Mac, Linux, and Linux ARM, it will create a zip file for you. And all you do is basically unzip the file each time, and it opens right up. It runs right from your server. There is a way, I forget, without going into it exactly, to unzip the exe and rename it on your desktop or something like that. You can create a shortcut right on your desktop for it, and you can make one hex, make one bridge, you can make one the PulseX. So
to Larry Rensler's point that I just highlighted a moment ago, I agree with you 100%. Yeah, I think honestly, downloading the links is the easiest thing to do. Well, I mean, now that I installed that extension, it's pretty easy on the IPFS thing. But yeah, downloading it and running it from your computer, because you do it one time, until there's an update or something like that. Right. And you've got it there. It's just you unzip the file, just do extract all. You've got it there, and you pull it right up. It's awesome.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. It says transfer complete.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I feel like it lied to us for those 96. It does that to me too, where I'm like, man, this is going to be another 10 minutes, and then it's already over. So
yeah. So
now you can go to your DEX of choice. Once these have actually been bridged over, and if you want Ewok, maybe we could just go to PulseX. I'm gonna just so people can see.
I'm gonna share this, and it is my MetaMask tab. But yeah, so I started with $158. It was up to like 160 because the price of Ethereum went up a little bit. But yeah, so we spent 91. We did the transfer. Now what we're going to do is change our wallet over to PulseChain.
Yep. Since now your funds are over on PulseChain.
And there we go. It's unwrapped it for me. There's my 1,870,000 Pulse in this wallet. So everything went over. Now you can go to
so our favorite DEX for Pulse right now, it's actually a DEX aggregator, which is what makes it so cool. It's Piteas, Piteas.io, I believe.
Piteas.
Right? Piteas. It is .io.
Yes, it's app.piteas.io.
Okay.
To get to this screen, which I should be sharing to make sure. Yes. Yep. All right.
So this is actually a PulseChain DEX. So I mean, you're basically just going to be doing PulseChain stuff on here. So now that you're here, you can trade that Pulse that we've already unwrapped for whatever 9-inch from Ethereum, Aave token, whatever your choice happens to be.
A trope. There's all kind of stuff. There's
Yeah.
Communis, there's Coast. You can get into the Coast token, the stable coin. There's also Hex from Ethereum, which I don't know why you would buy it on here, but you can. I mean, you save a little bit of fees. So
yeah.
There's
Yeah, most people, I think, when they've gone to this point, like they're either holding that Pulse or they want to swap it for PulseX or they want to swap it for Hex, usually at this point. So, you know, and if you get into something else, that's totally fine too. There's the loan token for liquid loans. And yeah, this is now the beautiful thing about Piteus is that it is a DEX aggregator. So you'll see at the bottom of the screen here, there's all the details. If you click show root, if you're interested, you don't have to do this, but you can trust that it's going to give you the route to give you basically the best bang for your buck. So whatever you're trading, it's going to give you a route that's going to give you the best price on whatever you're trading into. That's what an aggregator is. It's going to group all that stuff together, and that's what it's.
Is that popping up? Is it showing the
Yep.
details? Okay, I just want to make sure. Sometimes when pop-ups happen, and now I'm getting an insufficient liquidity for this. So
choose something.
Sometimes if you, I'm just saying. Sometimes if you give it a minute, though. It has to rethink or get the better route so that, you know, you got to give it a second. It will keep updating and looking for a better one, and it will usually repopulate. But anyway, let's swap a little first. There
you go.
Let's do 500,000 Pulse for a little bit of Hex and see what it gets us. That'll give us 3,000. You see the route, and it looks like it's pulling. But it looks like, we're using all of them.
Yep.
We're using
9 inches in there.
PHUX. We're using 9-inch. We're using PulseX V2. Yep. It's doing a little bit of everything. So we're going to go ahead and swap. Confirm. You do have to okay it on your MetaMask.
It is cool to see that, though, like just see what route it goes. And, you know, that's why I like this app so much, because you can rest assured like you're getting the best deal, you know, from everywhere. There you go. I think it completed it, didn't it?
Yep.
There you go.
It did. Swapped. So we're good. So now my wallet should have share this tab instead. There you go. Now you see the Pulse. Now you see the Hex. So pretty simple.
We did it. Yeah. So we bridged from the beginning. And yeah, I think that is the best way to do it. Just getting the wrap Pulse at first, bridging it over to PulseChain, and then you can either hold it or swap for whatever you want.